Okay, welcome to our fifth video of the Combined Science Biology Paper 1 Foundation Tier for May 2018, and we're going to jump straight on to question 5. You can see the answers to the other questions on the previous videos that we've done, and question 5 is where the paper starts to, well, there's some crossover questions here between the foundation and the high paper. So question 5, it says cirrhosis is a disease caused by prolonged alcohol abuse. Okay, prolonged alcohol abuse causes cirrhosis of the, and it's just the liver, cirrhosis of the liver. It's a fact you need to remember, the cirrhosis of the liver, and it's because the liver breaks down alcohol, and you don't want to work it too hard. Next one, give one reason why cirrhosis is described as non-communicable. Okay, so cirrhosis is just the example that they've given us. Okay, the question really is, what's non-communicable mean? And non-communicable means the disease can't be passed on. The disease can't be passed person to person, or just words to that effect, such as it's not contagious, or it's not infectious, or it can't be spread from one person to another. The next question, obesity increases the risk of a person developing cardiovascular disease. Losing weight can reduce the risk of this disease occurring. And then it says explain why exercise can reduce weight loss. Okay, so why can exercise reduce weight loss? So it's an explain question. So what do we know about exercise? We know that exercise uses energy, and then the energy can come from fat stores. So the energy can come from fat stores. You could also have exercise uses respiration, and this is obtained from the fat stores as well. Because, or you could have simply that exercise burns calories. Now moving on to the next question, there's a weird little thing here. Figure 5 shows a gastric band fitted to a stomach. Okay, so there's a gastric band, and you can see that it's fitted around the top of the stomach. So you can see straight away that the volume of the stomach where the food can go in is really, really small. Okay, so that may have something to do with it. So it says explain how a gastric band helps a person to lose weight. So looking at the picture, okay, you may not have been taught anything about gastric bands, but you can figure this out by looking at the picture. So you can see that the stomach volume is reduced, and if the stomach volume is reduced, the person is going to eat less, or the person will feel full with less food. You could also have the person eats less food, so that means that stored fats are going to be used up as well. And let's move on to the next part of the question. So question 5D. The question is talking about BMI and waist to hip ratio. So these can be used to measure, to find out if a person is obese. And the data shows, figure 6 shows the data for 2 males. So you've got male A, he's got BMI of 27.3 and waist to hip ratio of 0.85. And male B, we don't know his BMI, but we've got his waist to hip ratio as well. So let's look at the question. BMI is calculated using this equation. It's kind of nice that they're giving us the equation. The key thing that many students miss when doing this is they miss this squared sign here. So the equation is BMI is the mass in kilograms divided by the height in meters squared. Okay, so because the height in meters is in brackets, Okay, in the squared you need to do the brackets first, like in maths. And it says male B has a mass of 72 kilograms and a height of 1.81 meters. So the question's quite simple, except it says give the answer to 6 significant figures. Sorry, to 3 significant figures. So BMI's mass is 72 kilograms, and that's divided by its height, which is 1.81 meters. But we've got to square this 1.81. Okay, so if you do that onto your calculator, you do the 1.81 first. Okay, so you get that answer, and so it's 72 divided by 3.2761. That's what I get when I do 1.81 squared. Okay, and then if you put that into your calculator, you get an answer of 21.9. Now the question says to 3 significant figures, so I'm going to do that to 22.0, and that's my answer. Final part of the question. Figure 7 shows an interpretation of BMI values. So males with a waist to hip ratio above 0.9 are defined as abdominally obese. Explain what the BMI and waist to hip ratio for male A shows. So BMI of male A is 27.3, and the waist to hip ratio is 0.85. So first of all, what does the BMI show? The BMI shows male A is, what's it show, is 27.3, so 27.3 is overweight, and then so that's from the BMI, so the BMI shows, and then the waist to hip ratio, what does this show? It says that he is 0.85, and if it's above 0.9, they're abdominally obese. So it shows his weight must be distributed evenly. So his weight should be distributed evenly. Oh, let's just write that properly. Okay. So his weight must be distributed evenly. Let's double check the question. I talked about his BMI, and I talked about his waist to hip ratio. It's worth 2 marks, so we've done enough to do that. Okay, thank you.